Well then, it is time to talk about Monster Hunter Frontier. Hello everyone, and welcome to my new series called Frontier Feature. It's basically showing monsters who originated from these Frontier series, and this series is very different to my channel because most of my videos are just funny moments, I guess. It's whatever. The reason why I want to make this series is to bring Frontier into the more positive side rather than in the negative side, because recent Frontier got a lot of hate for certain reasons, which I will not explain about it on this video. And today's monsters we are gonna showcase is Spinus, or Spinus. Unlike the flagship monster of the mainline series, Rathalos, Spinus is the flagship monster of the Frontier series. And since I was able to play Frontier just a tiny bit because I joined Frontier late December or December last year, right before the service was shut down, which sucks. But don't worry, I got someone who actually played Frontier and had some experience, or more experience than me. And that is my good old friend, Marduk of Dragons. So get ready, because we are taking a look at the flagship monster of the Frontier series. Anyways, I guess the topic and the monster we're going to talk about is Spinus. Or Spinus.
Spinus?
Yeah. You know, the flagship monster of the series.
Yeah, of course. The flagship monster of Frontier,
Yeah.
basically.
So what do you think about the fight? Like,
We're talking normal, right?
yeah,
Just
normal,
right?
just.
Okay. It's a nice touch how they are able to sneak in the lore detail of it just being sleepy as all hell into a fight. There's a solid minute or so at the start of the battle when you literally get into his arena where he just does nothing.
Yeah.
Just because he's sleeping. And he's very highly armored, so you just kind of bounce off him, and all the while he's tail swiping. And even when he wakes up, even when you do enough damage to wake him up, he's just really groggy and lazy about it. And that's cool. It's not often you see a lot of monsters that have personality, I guess. This is something that Frontier does a lot. It's like exuding personality into their fights and incorporating it.
Yeah.
And I mean, it isn't all that bad of a fight near the beginning. I mean, I generally used hammer for a fight because, I mean, you can just armor through.
Yeah.
When you get him enraged, though, that's a different story.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that is a different story.
Yeah, he gets so pissed off. Where just
like, yeah,
What?
he gets really fast. He starts running around the area. He does poison damage upon being hit by his head in a charge. He can charge back and forth around the arena like 3 times in a row. He also has multi-status fireballs.
Yeah, I was gonna mention that.
It's where it's both poison and paralysis at the same time.
Oh yeah.
So it's just like you don't want to get hit by those damn fireballs. You really don't. And I mean, it isn't a nightmare monster, because I will admit, honestly, low rank Frontier is honestly one of the easiest low ranks I have ever experienced thus far in a monster game. It's kind of stupid easy. I mean, that also might just be because they probably updated low rank later on in the game's life cycle, because when I played it, they gave you a bunch of around Gal rank weapons if you wish to rush to Gal rank. So
Yeah, I know.
And even then, like it's really not all that hard of a low rank, and even when you get to high rank, it isn't all that difficult. But Galar rank is where it starts getting a bit difficult, and then G rank is where a lot of what Frontiers become known as or known for starts kicking in. And good lord, G rank Spinus.
Do you got like any additional moves or something else?
He was just. I mean, I'd like to find that piece where it says G rank Spinus, just so I can have confidence in what I'm saying, so that I'm not speaking out of my ass. But oh lord, the damage.
Wait, how much? Like how much damage he does? Like are you talking about this like the rush? Like are you talking about the rush?
Like him rushing, it's kind of crazy the absurd amount of damage he does. I'm by his wing, and I'm near the top of my health, and that takes me down to like below half.
What?
And it's a really fast startup. Yep, it's a really fast startup. And he does it like 3 times. There's also a small Spinus in the footage.
Oh,
a small one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So,
Of course, it doesn't help where if you get hit by the head during the charge, you kind of get float up into the air while you're being poisoned. So it's like you can't exactly heal immediately if you get hit by the head. You have to wait until you're back on the ground. Yeah. So that's an issue.
Yeah. Or unless like other teammates were Hunter's gonna heal you
or like a life pattern.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I mean, it's not that bad of a fight. I like it.
It's like at least
just kind of a general normal.
Yeah, it's like
I just kind of prefer Bronze's whole charge mechanic
and speaking of
timing better.
But yeah, speaking about the next monster or the species, Bronze or what you call it.
You want to know about Bronze Spinus?
I mean, you mentioned one of the top 15 or frontier monsters. He was like number 15.
He was number 15. I mean, it's my favorite of the 3 Espinus I fought. Maragnasu he is an Espinus technically speaking because he's an origin. He's a he's the bird species. But he's very different, and he came close because that sound mechanic is pretty cool.
Yeah, at least.
But I really like how Bronze handles the already a known trait of Espinus, that being slow at start, absolute monster when enraged, and kind of takes that to the next level where there's a lot of slow telegraphs for you to be that are easy to understand and
like when he's
get across. But if you mess up on the timing of avoiding that, or maybe staying a little bit too long, you're going to get hit, and it's going to deal a lot of damage.
Yeah, so basically if you...
I like how it's balanced out with that kind of taking that, again, a Spinus tendency and accentuating it further. Pearl, meanwhile, is just... it's supposed to be the glass cannon of the trio, but when I fought it, it had a tendency to spam one certain attack throughout the fight where it flew up into the air, launched a fireball at the ground, and there was poison fire, and it just fanned out the flames, and it just kept spamming this. It lasted forever, and all the while we just were not able to get close. It was, I know it's a glass cannon and all, but it's like, it dragged on artificially, and that really didn't sit well with me. But Bronze was definitely the best of the 3, I'd say. It was fun.
So, another thing, have you fought any hardcore monsters, like all 3
Oh, we did.
Oh, all 3? Or just...
No, not all 3. Not even hardcores of, the Espinus. Oh.
Well, have you fought one that is hardcore?
Off the top of my head, we fought Hardcore Boldrome. That was amazing. That was actually kind of amazing. Like, I fucking hate Boldrome.
Yeah.
Especially after Thunder Lord level 10.
Yeah.
But just the stupid levels of stupid they included in that battle.
Including the Mohawk.
You got the giant fucking Mohawk.
Yeah.
He's so big. He's got giant tusks. He's got Devil Joe boulder tosses for no reason. Where he just like tosses like one or two large ones that bounce for some odd reason. He also does a nothing personnel kit and digs and sneaks up behind you for a charge. He does like a giant charge where he just keeps going until he teeters out and knocks himself over. I don't know how they made a monster that is annoying and just not fun to deal with feel actually kind of amusing and hilarious to just see. I don't know how. The Frontier devs did some sorcery, I tell ya.
I mean, at least the hardcore Bolt and UFO is definitely an improvement in the regular bad monster, what I can say. Oh yeah, let's not get into other topics. We're here to talk about Spinus.
Yeah.
So, do you find any hardcore in Spinus, like all three of them, or just one?
Didn't fight any of the hardcores for them. Didn't fight. Only a select few hardcores we fought. And not everything in the game we fought because the time constraints we were in by the time I started joining in. It was like 2 months by the time I started playing until shutdown.
Damn. Yeah.
And I got to G rank in December. So that really did not give me much time to fight other things. Other monsters such as the Zeniths, Origins, Bursts, Exotics, and G rank, they were locked behind gates. They were locked behind G rank, Hunter rank gates.
Oh yeah,
so we just weren't able to fight them at all.
Oh yeah, speaking about Zenith, they were moving on. I know you haven't fought any Zenith, but do you have any thoughts about the Zenith Spinus?
Zenith is Spinus. Zeniths they're a really touchy subject. They are a really touchy subject for a lot of people in Monster, but I do like how they are able to incorporate and further flesh out the whole namesake of a Spinus. And because the word Zenith literally means like the epitome of their species. So it's like this isn't a Spinus at its maximum potential, and it's poison out of the ass, misgrown horn, and it's even been sleeping so much there have been some thorns and ivy growing around it, and that's a really cool touch.
I like Zenith Spinus. Really cool design.
They're definitely Zeniths can definitely depend. It's a really dumb reasoning for like them, but I like them because I like the Zeniths as a whole because they're just so dumb. I know a lot of people don't like them because spikes, but like the whole point of Zeniths as a whole is that, of course, they are the apex of their kind, their species, and also they are designed with that giant abnormal design feature in mind, not just in terms of the monster's appearance, but also how it incorporates into the battle, their mechanics, their traits, and also what the hunter is supposed to do with aiming for that specific part in order to nerf the capabilities of that monster. That's a really cool detail. I mean, even if it may be a gigantic flashing kick me sign for a lot of people with just how obvious it is, I mean, it gets the point across clearly enough, and it's just dumb. I like the dumb. I like Zenith Tigris's fucking claw spikes on top of spikes, and just the dumb hook arms, which it's like,
and also
what the hell happened
and
to
also
you?
not materially.
I like the absurdity of Zenith Raphlos having flaming wings for no reason because shut up. I like... Kyojiki is, I mean, it's an obvious one. It's a hedgehog porcupine, so it's just like the spikes are metallicized and enlarged, and they're also lightning rods. And they just... I like... how do I word this? Like, they represent a mindset to me from the developers. A mindset where just like, yeah, so what? We don't give a fuck. We're here for fun. We don't
Yeah.
give a fuck about what you people are thinking. We're gonna do this thing for fun, for challenge, and because it's cool and it's dumb. I
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, logical stuff or
that kind
any-
of mentality.
Yeah, like any other logical stuff, yeah, throw it out of the window. All we need is just the cool stuff to give the monsters, and yeah.
Monster is already dumb as it is. It's so fucking dumb, and it's just like I don't see what's wrong with Zeniths being
Yeah, especially
the tip of that ice. Is the tip of that iceberg.
Yeah.
Like they are the extreme dumb, but it's like we already have so much dumb in monsters.
and also not to
Like,
mention the
might I mention fucking magical life energy just randomly introduced and retconned into the lore of Monster Hunter with World.
yeah,
This
the
mystical life energy that
Xeno'jiiva.
apparently flows through every vein of the land.
Oh yeah,
Exclusive to this one content for no apparent reason, just to have an excuse for an endgame status in the form of tempered monsters.
Mhm.
And as a plot point, and there's also a dragon which literally feeds on life energy and changes the ecosystem with that life energy.
Mhm.
It's good. They call it bioenergy. They're going to try and describe whatever fucking means it can be described in the world. It's fucking magical life stream energy. It's Final
Yeah.
Fantasy VII's life stream.
Yeah,
It's so
I mean,
dumb.
we already have Behemoth on World, so.
Well, I mean, Behemoth is a different case.
Yeah.
That's directly a crossover monster, and it's explicitly stated where it comes from a different reality, so its laws in physics and physiology does not apply to our principles and world.
Yeah. And also not to
Yeah.
mention some Xenos monster has like massive AoE attacks.
Oh yeah, no, because that's
Yeah.
because they were the really, really endgame monsters.
Yeah.
At that point in the game's life cycle.
And also another thing for a Xenos Spinius, I heard the what's it, the G4? No, Z4 or Z5 Xenos Spinius that like the poison status that you get, and like it drains your health a lot more quicker than you can achieve it.
Well, that's shared among all the Zeniths. All the Zeniths have generally a special modified version
Yeah.
of a status blight or ailments that can inflict on you. Like, for
Yeah.
example, Zenith, Mido, and Rathlos have Zenith Fire Blight,
which is
not only rapidly burn away your health, but also burns away your maximum health at the same time. Zenith Ice Blight, if you run out of stamina, you just turn into a block of ice. Zenith Thunder Blight might be the weirdest for me, because it's, especially with Kezu, because it's like, it gives you cardiac arrest. You get hit by another Zenith Thunder Blight attack when you're already inflicted with it, you get a heart attack.
Oh.
And unless if you're resuscitated by another person, you're just dead.
Oh, so
That's just, that's
so
something.
if you get hit by another extreme or another Thunderblight, you're just basically dead. That's it.
Yeah,
Oh.
but Zenith show no quarter.
Yeah.
They absolutely show no quarter. You have to basically master and understand their fights. There's really not much
Yeah.
you can. They don't give you a lot of leniency in terms of messing up.
Yeah.
So,
I think
which
it just,
makes it all the more stylish and amazing to see people on YouTube do all these like hit lists or
Yeah.
speed runs on monsters.
Oh, yeah,
like
not
that.
to
It's
mention-
absolutely insane the level of skill and commitment people have to Frontier. or
yeah.
had.
For the equipments.
Like you're asking like what
the-
I thought of it.
Yeah, like the armor and weapons.
I mean-
and so.
I only ever made pieces of the low rank armor, and I never was able to fully make it because there's just certain armor pieces I wasn't able to. And by that point in low rank, I eventually decided to go with Durgawa's armor, the Tigrex Ninetales, fox thing with ice. And but I mean, it was good. I definitely liked the weapons more. They were really good poison weapons. And considering these styles and weapons themselves, it's like especially for Sword and Shield and like dual blades, they were really good poison weapons. I mean, other than that, I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. Because, I mean, I did not have a translator on standby when playing the game. I did not have, like, a translator mod like many people did. I had to try and understand and make sense of Japanese text and all that. It has a skill called Poison Sword, if I remember correctly. And I think that might have been just a thing where certain weapons you could imbue, like Laviente's weapons, for example, you can imbue kind of stones onto them. They were like a precursor to the sword oils from Generations, where you could employ and change the sword or like the weapon's element or status. And Poison Sword basically upped the effectiveness, I believe, of using a poison coating on a weapon. Other than that, I don't exactly recall what else the armor had. I mean, I like the look of it. There are a couple different versions depending on the rank or monster we are talking about. I just like the version of the armor with the wings, like the Espinus wings incorporated into the arms itself for no reason. It's just kind of like monster flair and touch. It's cool.
I mean, that's how Frontier is.
I'm again gonna say, like, don't exactly ask me for specifics. I only played this game for 2 months.
I mean, to be fair,
the most of, like, if you're asking me to get like the nitty gritty of like, okay, what did this armor have? I'm not exactly able to confidently say that.
I mean, to be fair, like, you're the only person I know who played Frontier and have experience with it.
Yeah, no.
I mean,
it's more so like my experience and what I like, a lot of thoughts about Frontier. With my kind of discussion.
Alright, and also moving to a topic, do you ever think that Espinus will ever come to the mainline series at some point? Including like the subspecies, burst species as well, and also the Zenith?
It depends. I mean, there was that interview from the Iceborne devs about like the different mindsets when it comes to Iceborne's monsters and their inclusions, as well as the Frontier's monsters and their inclusions. I mean, if there were to be a Frontier monster that would make it in, it would of course be Espinus. He's the flagship.
And also,
Frontier. And he would also be one of the understandable ones. And I say this with all the love in my heart, but I think it would be better play to go for a simpler monster when it comes to incorporating Frontier monsters into the main series. Later down the line, we can start focusing on the later expansion monsters, but at the moment, like, if you have to choose the first one, go for one that's very simplistic and easy for people to understand. So like Espinus.
And
I mean, it depends on the game.
And also like the monsters who were released in season updates, like Pypuria, the best boy in Frontier, because of his dumb.
I'd say, I mean, second best boy, Popo, is pretty strong.
Popo
is really strong.
I
mean, even Frontier, keep in mind, for all of its expansions, it's still a Generation 2 engine game, just slightly modified the further along it gets. So they would have to undergo some heavy changes if they were to come back into a new game or mainline. But I'd like to, even if it's a very uncertain chance, I'd like to believe that at some point it could happen. Maybe not immediately, maybe not right now, maybe not even within the next game or 2 or 3,
or even
but later down the line, at some hence why I say next
Yeah,
game
yeah.
or so.
Sure.
But
Whatever.
at some points, I do believe it could happen. Mm.
So, you're saying that most likely Spinus could be wanted to be in the mainline series because there's nothing much like.
I mean,
I mean, he's not
maybe
like over
not
the top.
not the
or just-
Zenith immediately. Not the
Yeah, I
Zenith
know, like
immediately.
not to Zenith. Like,
And maybe not Maringasu, because I like Maringasu and all that, but he's a very strange monster in his battling mechanic, with the sound-based hearing and target prioritization. So they'd have to perhaps change that up if he were to come back. And also, he was exclusive to the Tide Islands, specifically the bottom layer in Tycoon's,
yeah.
in Tycoon's area, the very bottom level.
Mhm.
So they would have to have some kind of unique area for him.
Mhm.
But I mean, like normal and the sub, those are the most or like the highest chances.
Mhm,
The
because-
rare, perhaps the rare could have a chance. It's just, it would need to be like I guess the tower could work. Yeah, the tower could work
Yeah.
because
mhm.
for him.
I mean, he's a rare species. And like,
Yes, he is.
I guess in conclusion, do you have any final thoughts about Spinus and other relatives?
I mean, not that much besides what I've already said before. He's the emblem of Frontier, one of the first exclusive monsters developed from a platform. I think it was like season 2.0 or 3.0.
Yeah, it was season 2.0.
Yeah. Of the very he's been there for a long time. And you know, he's done his job well.
Yeah.
He's a very simplistic but cool monster. They really incorporate his design and motif and even ecology smartly into the fight. And he's just generally a really solid monster. I'd say the better Rathalos.
So he's like unique than other monsters that we encounter in mainline series.
Huh?
So what I'm saying is that he's like one of the unique monsters that we like. One of the unique monsters in the series. Like most of the monsters we encounter is just well, you know what I mean, Monarch.
Like, as in he's a really unique monster?
Yeah, like when you first encounter him in the area, and he's
Yeah,
like,
because I mean, there's nothing like him. And Frontier, another point for Frontier, it does this a lot. It does it exceptionally well. But like Espinus is like the main first one that you really start to pay attention to and realize, oh shit, this is actually something different. They're doing something unique for the battle. They're making it unorthodox and weird and wacky.
yeah.
Mm.
So yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for creating this collab. I really appreciate it, Monarch.
Even if I may have rambled, stolen the spotlight,
Yeah.
as well as maybe diverted the topic off of track. Because I'm gonna be honest, I had no clue what this was gonna be about. Only specifically
Even
Spinus.
at the beginning.
I thought this was just going to be
Okay.
a very general thing on Frontier, and my
I mean,
thoughts
we can
was
do
different.
that. We can do that like a separate video. But where I just want to like.
I don't.
I mean,
Depends.
I mean, I just want to make a whole point of Spinus, like about the monsters and his relatives. So yeah,
Mm.
I mean, it's nice to come by and just helping this and like this collab.
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much for watching the video. I really appreciate y'all for sticking around, and funny enough, this is my first time doing a scripting video and first time doing a record collab because I never had these kind of stuff before, and right now it's just everything is just new to me. And yeah. Anyways, Frontier is a very unique game if you compare it to the mainline series. Having unique mechanics, much has more personality than the mainline series, and so much more. Honestly, I wish I could play Frontier or had experience with Frontier, but for now I had to find these kind of fragments, and it's pretty difficult because to me, I don't have all the resources or access to find the information about it or even discuss someone who played Frontier before. So if there's anything that you see an error, feel free to put down in the comments down below and let me know. I try to add corrections if I'm gonna continue this series. If you wanna hang out with me, you can join my Discord server or even follow me on Twitch or even other social medias. Thanks everyone, especially reaching 200 subs on my channel, and honestly it really shocked me because I thought I would never reach that goal at the end of the year, but you guys proved me wrong. And also huge shout out to Monarch of Dragons for helping me out and allowing me to use this footage. And that's it. My name's Wrath, and I guess I will see you guys in 2021. Later, gamers.